Hello, this is the Lighthouse Hall of Fame film featuring Friend of Fun from the European server in his AMX ELC BIS. We're in Fiery Salient, standard mode North Spawn, a scout-friendly map. Unfortunately for his team, there's 3 lights on the enemy team, and he is the only scout on his team. 2 artillery on the enemy team and 3 on his. He's a little bit heavy on heavies and mediums. The enemy team has actually probably a little bit more centered on heavies and TDs. This is, like I said, a very scout friendly map, and frequently the winner comes down to who had the best scouts. He's outnumbered in that category, so let's see how this plays out. Looks like he's headed over to spot the 1-2 line. The AMX doesn't have the best view range in the scouting world, but on a map like this where you get to set up in such a forward position, that's normally not a problem at all. He has binoculars as well, so he should be able to view just as many tanks as other scouts with higher view ranges would. He's going to do a little active spotting over here. Nobody lit him up, so he's going to continue his quest for spots, moving up to G1. Very aggressive move. And he arrived safely with nobody seeing him. His team's moving up behind him. Enemy team must be centered on the hill. He backs up to get a double bush so he can fire without being seen. Hits the shot. Now he has to be careful with the Lux over there. The Lux.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Goodbye, Lux. Somebody else takes him out. So move back up. Try to get some spots on the heavy that was down here in the TD. There he is. Dude's running. That's a good sign. Not too many people run as deception. They're usually running because they're the last guy left or close to last guy left, and they think they're about to be overwhelmed. With the bush about 30, 40, 50 meters away, he was able to fire without any worry of being seen, as long as there wasn't somebody in a position off to the side there. Now he's finally spotted. So he pulls forward just enough to get spots on the OI again. He starts moving around right away just in case he gets spotted again. He's already moving, and he's not sitting still for that 3 seconds it takes for 6 cents to kick off. Always a good idea. If you think you're going to be spotted, or you're not certain if you're going to be when you take a shot, as soon as you shoot, move. If you end up not being spotted, cool. But if you do get spotted, you're already taking evasive action for the period of rest where 6 cents takes to go off. You don't want to sit there and get a shot and then find out your 6 cents went off a second later. If you think you're going to be spotted as soon as you shoot, move. That way you're ready in case there are incoming rounds. Bam! That guy's gone. Here comes more rounds in. He's got a nice low profile. A lot of people have trouble shooting that low, especially if he has a tank on the move that's changing altitude with terrain. He's setting up his approach from the Crusader and he's gone. So he peeks over that little ridge in the middle to try to get spots for his team, and now he's just hoping they do some major damage on the guy. Notice how little of a bush he can use to hide his tank. Something you couldn't do with most of the higher tier scouts. One shot kill on the M41. Ouch. The SE-100 got him. But the battle is well in hand. Just one tank left now. That is the joy of scouting right there, guys. You're having a great mission. You're going in for the final set of kills to win the battle, and somebody surprises you. It's just the way it goes when you live at the front of the pack. People who live by the ambush die by the ambush, as you just saw, but not before he racked up a very good mission. He ends up with 1,973 damage on 3 kills, 12 of 13 shooting, that's 92%. Friend of Fun gets 4,070 assisted damage with 9 spots, 55,483 credits, so a good moneymaker mission for him as well. He earned 2,717 credits, almost survived the fight but not quite. Got high caliber, patrol duty, and scout medals, along with spotter and fire for effect mini medals, and that gives him a battle score of 2,787, which puts him in 5th place in the AMX ELC Bis Roach Hall of Fame. You saw him go very aggressive on the opening. Now, this is something else that if you play like that, be prepared to take evasive action, because there'll be a lot of times if you try to move forward that quickly, you're going to get lit up. And you're going to have to be jinking and jerking for your life as you try to retreat back. He had a lot of allied support behind him, and I think he was counting on the fact that if only 1 or 2 tanks see him, his support fire could help bail him out while he evaded. They could be taking out the tanks trying to shoot him. Another thing to take from this is you saw how effectively he was able to use bushes partway between him and his targets to mask his shot and mask his movement. Even when he was approaching the Tog 2 at the end, that little wisp of a bush was able to hide him as he moved forward to get the spot and then take a shot, and as he retreated. Over on the west side, he did the same thing several times. Pull forward, get your spots, back up, and he had an ideal situation where he was able to put a second bush in between him and his target, so he gets added concealment, fire, and then pull up, get a spot again, and repeat the procedure. It's a technique to perfect and learn and employ as often as you can, because it lets you pile up damage with minimal risk of taking fire in return. From Prokhorovka Standard Mode North Spawn, Friend of Fun. Happy hunting.